never-before-seen footage of Sean "Diddy" Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put the stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me.
It should show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
The moment everybody's been whispering about finally hit the surface. 50 Cent just dropped the tapes he's been teasing for months, and the entire entertainment world is scrambling to figure out what comes next. These aren't regular clips, interviews, or throwaway receipts. According to online reports and fan breakdowns, the material 50 released lines up with long-standing rumors surrounding Diddy, the kind of rumors industry people used to speak about in private like they were talking about ghosts. And now that 50 has finally put something out there, it's clear why Diddy's name has been shaking through the walls of that prison cell. For months, 50 Cent has been trolling Diddy daily. Instagram posts, interviews, late-night captions, and documentary teasers. Every time Diddy caught a new headline or legal update, 50 was right behind it with another jab. What made it different this time was that 50 kept telling fans, "I've got tapes. I'm saving everything for the show." People thought he was bluffing or hyping his documentary, but now that the first drops have surfaced, nobody's laughing. These clips don't look like jokes. They look like pieces of a puzzle that might expose years of behavior people always suspected but could never prove. What makes the situation even wilder is how quickly the internet reacted. Social media didn't just repost the clips, it detonated. Fans began analyzing frames, pointing out faces, matching backgrounds, and digging up old allegations that suddenly didn't feel so far-fetched anymore. People started connecting timelines, comparing these tapes with accusations from past lawsuits, and bringing back testimonies that were ignored years ago. The internet basically turned into a digital courtroom overnight, and from the way people are talking, they think 50 has just cracked open something way bigger than a petty celebrity feud. Meanwhile, inside prison, sources and insiders claim Diddy is under more pressure than he's ever faced. Before these tapes surfaced, he was already dealing with legal issues, civil suits, public backlash, and the collapse of his business ties. But this new development changes everything. If more footage exists, and everyone knows 50 ain't the type to fire one shot without having 10 more loaded, then Diddy's entire defense strategy gets shaken. Lawyers can handle accusations, they can spin statements, but leaked recordings, visual evidence, that's a different beast.
Strategy.
Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am gonna let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there. Y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
People close to the situation say Diddy has been tense, paranoid, and on edge since word reached him about the tapes going public. Remember, prison strips away control. He can't call emergency meetings, he can't go live, he can't send out PR teams to put out fires. All he can do is sit there while the outside world decides what the next chapter of his story looks like. For a man who built an entire legacy around power, money, and image, this is the first time he's ever had to watch his empire crumble without being able to move a muscle. And 50 Cent? He's acting like this is just the warm-up. He's been hinting that he's got way more in the vault. Names, dates, witnesses, and unreleased footage. People always knew 50 was petty, but this goes way beyond petty. This feels like a mission, a demolition job, a slow, public unraveling of a man he's been waiting years to expose. And if these tapes are only the beginning, then the rest of the story is about to get unbelievably dark. This situation isn't entertainment anymore. It's a cultural earthquake. Every celebrity, every executive, every artist who ever stepped foot near Diddy is watching with their heart pounding, because if 50 keeps going, a whole era of Hollywood and hip-hop might be forced into the light. And from the way things look, this is only the first strike.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's gonna feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's gonna say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time.
The second the tape started circulating, everyone with history tied to Diddy suddenly went silent. People who used to defend him stopped posting. Influencers who normally chase clout refused to speak on it. Even longtime collaborators who always had his back kept their distance. That silence alone told the world these tapes were striking nerves, because when 50 Cent steps into expose mode, he doesn't move off rumors, he moves off documentation. And everybody in the industry knows 50 been collecting receipts for years. Not weeks, not months, years. One of the biggest shocks came from how organized the drops were. These weren't random leaks. They looked curated, clipped in ways that connect directly to past allegations made in lawsuits, interviews, and behind-the-scenes whispers. Fans instantly noticed the timing. 50 released the clips right after a major development in Diddy's legal case, almost like he wanted to hit the world at its most vulnerable moment. And the moment the footage hit the internet, old allegations resurfaced like they'd been pulled from a vault. People who once feared speaking out started hinting again. Anonymous sources came back to life. Diddy's old controversies, the ones that were swept under the rug or spun into PR-friendly explanations, got dragged right back into conversation.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
But what really shook people was how calm 50 Cent was through all of this. While Diddy's world was cracking, 50 was out here posting memes, running his brands, and hyping up the documentary like it was just another business move. No stress, no hesitation. That confidence made people nervous because it suggested one thing: 50 knows he has more. You don't move this calm unless you got the entire chessboard under control. Meanwhile, legal experts started jumping in, lawyers on TV, podcast hosts, analysts. Everybody began speculating on how damaging real footage could be to Diddy's defense. See, allegations can be called hearsay. Testimonies can get challenged. But footage rewrites cases. Footage brings in new witnesses. Footage triggers new investigations. And once prosecutors see video evidence floating online, they start digging deeper. If these tapes get authenticated in court, Diddy's situation could go from difficult to career-ending. Inside prison, according to insiders, Diddy is begging for information. He wants details about what exactly 50 dropped, what else might be coming, and who else could speak. Word is, he's even reached out through his legal team to associates outside, trying to find out who gave 50 the material, because Diddy always believed he controlled everything. He ran the parties, the invites, the stories. Having that world turned inside out by a man he beefed with for decades, that's a nightmare he never prepared for. Even worse for Diddy is the public perception shift happening around him. For years, even with scandals floating around, he had influence, connections, power, and protection. But these tapes hit at a time when half the industry already stepped back from him. Brands cut ties, companies removed his name, foundations distanced themselves, friends went quiet, and now, with footage showing up, the public started believing that the smoke they ignored for years might have been a full-blown wildfire behind the scenes. This ain't just a beef, this ain't trolling. This is a man in prison watching one of his biggest rivals pull apart his legacy piece by piece. And there's absolutely nothing he can do to stop it.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in
the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. That was, it show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of a camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
The craziest part of this situation is how many people believe the tapes are only the beginning of a much bigger takedown. 50 Cent has been hinting about a full documentary for almost a year, and from everything he's shown so far, he hasn't even scratched the surface. The clips floating around now feel like promo material, the appetizer before the full course destruction. And if this is the light version, the full documentary could reshape everything the public ever believed about Diddy's empire. What makes 50 dangerous is his patience. Most celebrities expose something out of anger, impulsively, emotionally, trying to win a moment. But 50, he moves like a strategist. He's been playing the long game. He announced the documentary months ago, but didn't drop anything major until the world was already watching Diddy fall. That timing tells you this isn't a feud, it's a calculated demolition. Industry insiders say the real fear isn't the footage itself. It's the domino effect. Once tapes drop, people start talking. Folks who were scared before start reaching out to reporters. Lawyers representing past accusers regain momentum. Witnesses who stayed silent suddenly feel validated. The moment the world sees even a sample of what really went on behind the scenes, the floodgates open, and 50 knows that. He knows these tapes don't just hurt Diddy, they empower everybody who felt brushed off or intimidated for years. And here's where the story gets even darker. Some of the rumors circulating online suggest that 50 didn't just get these tapes from random sources. He got them from people who used to be in Diddy's inner circle, people who were loyal until loyalty stopped making sense. If that's true, then Diddy's biggest fear isn't the footage, it's the betrayal. Because if insiders are leaking, that means they believe Diddy's era of power is over. People close to Diddy say he's terrified of what might come next, not just the legal consequences, but the cultural fallout. His entire legacy, built over 30 years, is starting to collapse in real time. Bad Boy Records, the fashion empire, the award shows, the TV projects, all of it is overshadowed by allegations and now footage that paints a very different picture of the mogul he claimed to be.
Hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that.
Meanwhile, 50 Cent is preparing for the next phase like a general prepping troops. He's been dropping lines like, "Y'all ain't even seen the good stuff yet," and fans believe him. The man has produced some of the biggest TV shows of the decade: Power, BMF, Raising Kanan. He knows how to tell a story, he knows how to build suspense, and he knows how to keep the world glued to the screen. If he's treating this Diddy exposed like another series, then the world hasn't seen anything yet. Social media has already accepted the narrative that Diddy is scared behind bars. Every new rumor, every clip, every update gets amplified into something bigger. People are joking that Diddy checking the hallway every 5 minutes, or Diddy sleeping with one eye open. But behind those jokes is a deeper truth. Nobody believes he's safe, not legally, not socially, not reputationally. And every day that passes, 50 Cent's shadow gets longer, while Diddy's gets smaller. Now the world is watching what 50 Cent will do next. If he continues releasing tapes, testimonies, or behind-the-scenes footage, then Diddy's entire empire faces collapse. Major platforms are already distancing themselves. People who once praised him are suddenly quiet. Industry veterans are whispering that Diddy might be done for good, and every time a new clip surfaces, more cracks appear in the wall he built around his reputation. The scariest part for Diddy is that this isn't the media being messy. This is 50 Cent having the full attention of the culture, and 50 knows exactly how to control attention. He knows how to break the internet. He knows how to make a moment go from rumor to headline. And Diddy, locked behind bars with no control, is being forced to experience the one thing he always ran from: being powerless. People around 50 say he's not stopping until everything comes out. He's building something bigger than a beef. He's building a historical record, a document of everything the culture ignored, denied, or didn't have proof for. And once that documentary drops, fans believe it will be the moment that finally forces everybody in hip-hop and Hollywood to face the truth they've been avoiding for decades. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team is scrambling. They've allegedly been reviewing every frame of leaked material, trying to prepare for whatever 50 drops next. But how do you defend against footage you haven't even seen yet? How do you prepare for a man who thrives on unpredictability? Diddy's lawyers can't stop the internet. They can't stop memes. They can't stop public opinion. And they definitely can't stop 50 Cent from releasing content on platforms he controls. If Diddy is truly scared, and insiders swear he is, it's because he finally understands that the power dynamic has flipped. He's not the mogul calling shots anymore. He's not the industry titan with unlimited access. He's not the executive everyone fears. He's a man sitting in a prison cell while his biggest rival holds the entire narrative in his hands. And 50 Cent, he's enjoying every second of it, not out of pettiness, but out of purpose. He believes Diddy harmed too many people, abused too much power, and got away with too much for too long. So now he's dismantling that legacy brick by brick, and the culture is watching like it's the biggest true crime story of the decade. The industry knows one thing for sure: once 50 Cent starts exposing someone, he doesn't stop until there's nothing left to protect. If these tapes are just the beginning, then the world is about to witness one of the most dramatic downfalls in entertainment history, because Diddy isn't just in prison, he's in a spotlight he can't escape, and 50 Cent is the one controlling the light switch.